Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.
Welcome to True Crime to Go. What can I get for you?
Yeah, it's almost fall time. Give me some chili and some football. Crap, it's got to be crime related. Give me football crime.
Pull up to the second window and we'll see you next crime.
Welcome to True Crime to Go. I am John here with Jamie, and it is almost football season. How freaking pumped are you?
I can tell you definitively that drive-through worker does not like football.
Well, she can get over it. Give me my chili, give me some football, and a little bit of crime. How about it?
Yeah. You sent me this a few weeks ago, and just wild. Seems like something out of a movie. So excited to dig into the details and see what actually happened. Why don't you get us rolling?
We're going to be talking about a football player who went by the name Ron Weaver. Actually, that is his real name. He went by another name, but were you familiar with this case?
Not at all. How did I miss it?
We were watching football in the mid 1990s.
Yeah.
And that was when Tennessee was at its peak. I would imagine you were probably watching more basketball back then as a UK fan.
Toward the end of the 90s, Tim Couch came around for Kentucky. It was a good time to be a Kentucky football fan for a few reasons, but yeah, I was still a college football guy, and I'd never heard of this story.
So we're going to be talking about a football imposter. So Ron Weaver, he was a man who at age 30 pulled off just one of the craziest imposter schemes I've ever heard of. So let's talk about it. So Monterey College in 1984 was where this guy played as a young athlete. He would later transfer to Sacramento State, where he would play in 1988 all the way through 1989, and that used up his NCAA eligibility. So after he failed to make it to the pros, he went on to coach, but his passion for the gridiron did not fade.
And back then, there was definitely a harder cap on eligibility years. Now there are guys playing 7, 8 years of
this
college.
This year
somehow.
should be the last year of the COVID year.
How many people are getting many COVID years? It's pretty much the Wild West. But back then it wasn't. It was pretty strict. And then in the early 1990s, Weaver met a 20-year-old gym acquaintance named Joel McKelvey, who was younger than him, very athletic. And he asked him a question that you should never say yes to. Can I use your identity? He used McKelvey's name, birth year, and social security number to apply for college. And when he went out, he started playing defensive back as Joel McKelvey. So he took this guy's identity with his permission, re-aged himself, and went back to play college football again.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that was at the JUCO level, the junior college level at Los Angeles Pierce College. So he thrived there, and he did, he was starting to rebuild his eligibility from the bottom up. He gained attention, and after 2 seasons, it was time to get, transferred to a higher institution. So this dude transferred to the University of Texas in 1995. Now, the University of Texas, while it wasn't an SEC school at the time, it was still a prestigious college to play football at.
Big time program.
In the early 2000s, they went on to win national championships, and probably one of the best games I've ever seen was the Texas versus USC game.
Yep.
One of the best games I've ever watched in my whole life. But anyway, he transferred to the University of Texas, and he was still masquerading as Ron McKelvey, and he said that he was only 23 years old and a college transfer student, but he was in his 30s.
Yeah, at Texas, under that alias, he played sparingly. He only played about 100 plays, ended up majoring in kinesiology. So he actually went to class. He made a weird request to be a redshirt, which basically means another year of eligibility, and he had another season on the field because he felt like playing football kept him young forever. And I'll say this, generally, guys reach their peak around between 29 and 31. This guy was at his athletic peak playing against people 12, 14 years younger than him that were not at their peak, that still had baby fat.
And I think it's your peak because I think physically you're in great shape, but also mentally you're just there, you know?
Yeah.
So, but man, it takes 30 something years to get there, but physically that decline after that, pretty fast, at least for me anyway.
His scheme unraveled on the eve of the 1995 Sugar Bowl. A hometown newspaper in Salinas investigated and broke the scoop. Ron McKelvey was actually a 30-year-old named Ron Weaver, and he had knowingly misrepresented his own identity just so he could play football.
Now, the coach of the Longhorns was stunned. Weaver initially denied these claims, offered to produce a birth certificate, but instead of confirming it, he vanished. He disappeared. He slipped out of town and left his team, the Longhorns, just kind of shook with, where is this guy? Who is this guy? We've been betrayed. Inside the locker room, the players were rattled. They said this is something that you would experience in a movie and not real life. So it's kind of wild. Now, Texas conducted an internal investigation, and they concluded that there was fraud, and it was Weaver's fraud alone. Nobody inside the institution knew that this was happening, and the NCAA declined to penalize Texas, noting that Texas had not done anything wrong, and they had no reason to suspect that they were being part of the deception.
Weaver would be charged for misusing a social security number and pled guilty, but astonishingly, he avoided jail time and actually said he had no regrets. He said, if he asked me if I still wanted to play football tomorrow, I'd say yes. His post-football life was pretty quiet. He tried again to get into the Arena Football League, worked in some restaurants. As of 2020, he worked as a performance manager for Delta at the Las Vegas airport. But John, it really feels like a movie that you would make up and that I would absolutely watch. I just can't believe he got away with it for so long. That actually made it through JUCO into the Big 12.
I really can't either. I mean, obviously the dude, athletically a beast to be able to do what he did at that age. But I think what's even crazier is that he got away with it. I mean, there's a big difference in what a 21-year-old looks like versus what a 30-year-old looks like. So
yes.
The dude had some genes, man, some athletic genes and some young-looking DNA apparently. But yeah, do you think this could happen nowadays? I mean, it wasn't that long ago, relatively, but
it was.
Computers have come a long way.
It's really hard to hide your identity now with a social media or a public presence of any type. So I doubt you could get away with it now. But I mean, if you've ever tried and got away with it, let us know. I'd like to cover it.
We cover high school football in Kentucky. You got to think that within the last 5 years, when we've been calling games, there's been like a high or a college aged kid playing on their high school football team, right? Like that would be easier to do.
Yeah, it would. Because I mean, you're not having to show as many records to play in high school. You basically just show a birth certificate, and then you register for school, and the rest is what it is.
Yeah. So.
I don't know, man. Wild story. Can't believe he got away with it. I think he probably deserves some jail time, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say he deserves jail time. Maybe some community service to pay back some scholarship money, but he was a walk-on everywhere else, right? So yeah. I don't know. That money still has to come somewhere when you're getting your education paid for. So maybe he took some scholarships and he should be held accountable for that. But anyway,
yeah, he's not going to be. It's over.
This was a fun story.
Yep. Now, guys, we really appreciate you hanging out with us for another story in 10 minutes or less.
Would you like crime with that?
You've listened to True Crimecast, distributed by Stoveleg Media. Check out stoveleg.com to find out more about your hosts and to find other podcasts to listen to. Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with AutoQuote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.